Smash that like button. Soon as y'all come in the building, we are now surviving Mark Nephilia. I think that's his name, guys. Diddy's legal team went off, put on a hell of a performance during survival. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said before, the prosecution, they put on a great show yesterday. They put on a great show. You know what I'm saying? But the performance today from Mark, he showed out, guys. I don't know. I don't even want to pick what I think gonna happen. I just want to know what y'all think is gonna happen. We all been watching the same trial from day one. 8 weeks, 6, 8 weeks, whatever it was. We all been watching the same trial. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think Diddy Glover is going to be found guilty or not guilty? Or do y'all think it's going to be flat out a mistrial during survival? You know what I'm talking about? We got a surviving guilty, 2005, 25. We got a guilty. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy, y'all. Diddy's legal team said that Cassie was keeping it gangster. We got a mistrial, guilty mofo. I can't believe it. The man said Cassie was keeping it gangster. And we heard Cassie say, you mess with her, you gonna pop up missing during survival. I ain't even know Cassie was that gangster. I don't even know where Mark, Diddy's lawyer, got that from. I'm like, what do he know about gangster? That's how you know them lawyers are smart as hell. He called Cassie a gangster, a whole gangster. You know what I'm saying? And the whole deal is Diddy's supposed to be the biggest gangster. What the hell? Cassie is a gangster? Man, I don't know what's going to happen, y'all. I don't know what happened. Look, somebody says she is gangster. Yeah, from listening to that voicemail, she ain't as innocent as I thought she was. She far from innocent. Cassie ain't innocent like I thought she was during survival. And we know Jane Ho, she ain't innocent either. Jane Ho already said she's about money. She said it in the courtroom. Look at what I look like. You know I'm about money. You know what I'm saying? They said this whole trial is pretty much about orgy fest. Said Diddy Glover, this was a whole freak-off orgy trial, pure survival. This is what Diddy Glover's lawyers are saying, that this was a whole orgy fest trial. We done wasted our time. We could have went and got on Pornhub, and we pretty much had a whole Pornhub trial during survival. Everybody just trying to get money is what Diddy Glover's legal team is saying. And it's crazy because I'm not gonna lie. I believe a lot of people was lying and a lot of people was in it for the money. But the part when he said that this was all about money and love, I didn't know that this was love. I didn't listen to all them text messages, but Diddy's lawyer said, look, this was about love. This was about sex. This was about freak-offs. This was about making wieners disappear, pure survival. Nobody had a gun held to them. Motherfuckers was loving every sex moment. They got, what's his name? The Punisher going on a tour. They got the Punisher going on a tour. He on court TV saying that Cassie never seemed like anything, like she didn't want this to happen. So like I said, I don't know if he's going to be found guilty or not guilty, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm going to stick with the fact that I believe that after listening to everything, that it's a strong possibility that it can be a mistrial. This is just what I saw. You know what I'm saying? Like far as sex trafficking. I don't know how, if they're saying that Cassie is a gangster and Cassie wanted this, and they played audio of her threatening to kill people, she sounds just as bad as Diddy Glover. She sounds just as bad as Diddy Glover. I'm not gonna lie, man. In the beginning, when I saw that video with Cassie, I'm like, this is horrible. Lock him up, throw away the key, pure survival. She's an innocent girl that don't even talk. When I got to hear what Cassie talk like, I don't know what this is gonna turn out like, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how many times I can keep saying to y'all, we all know Diddy's an asshole. We know he's a demon. We know he's messed up. We know we know all of these things. But can we prove sex trafficking? That's what I'm asking y'all. Is he going to be found guilty for sex trafficking, or is he going to be found innocent? I don't want to hear if he's going to be guilty of what we saw on the camera, or the rumors and about the people that we really feel strongly that he had something to do with. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what the trial is about. So we can't get our hopes up about anything to do with something we don't know for sure. But what I do know for sure is that Diddy is on trial for S trafficking. And I don't know if he's going to be found guilty of that actual charge. That actual charge. Found not guilty of baby oil rubbing. That's all I'm saying. Because me personally, I don't see the sex trafficking. But if y'all see it, then let me know. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for the real victims. You know what I mean? The people that's being sex trafficked, people that's being held hostage, guns to their hands, duct taped down, bound, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even want to be biased because I'm not biased. At the end of the day, it ain't none of us that got to go to jail. And it ain't none of us that's going to be found guilty or innocent. I just wanted to know what y'all feel far as the sex trafficking itself. Do y'all think that Cassie was a willing participant? Do y'all think Jane Doe was a willing participant? Or do y'all think Diddy forced these girls to do something that they didn't want to do? I'm telling y'all, I don't care who get mad at me. I don't feel like they were forced to do this. I feel like these hoes was being hoes and they kept going back to this motherfucker, pure survival. And if he's a demon, which we know he is, why y'all keep going back to him then? You only got one time to whoop my ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you only got one time to whoop my ass. We not friends no more. We definitely ain't gonna be lovers. You got one time to just kick my ass. Beat me up one time, pure survival. I guarantee you we will not be back together. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna lie, Diddy's team put on a hell of a performance. You know what I'm saying? But I still don't know if that's gonna be enough. I don't know if that's gonna be enough or not. You know what I'm saying? Because the prosecution, they get to go up again. Prosecution get to go up on Monday. That's another thing that's crazy. How I get to speak and y'all get to speak after me. Pure survival. I thought that the prosecutors go first and then the defense team goes second. No. The prosecution, they get to go up again on Monday. So I'm not gonna lie, Diddy's defense team, I felt like they destroyed the goddamn government. Today, I think they destroyed them. But the government get to go up one more time on Monday, pure survival. So, like, that's what I said. I don't know if he's gonna be found guilty or not. You know what I'm saying? All we got is an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much do our opinion really matters in this case? You know what I'm saying? I don't think that the grown willing people that continue to be up under Diddy Glover, that continue to get their bills paid, that continue to want to have sex, that continue to do shit, I can't feel like these people was victims, pure survival. You know what I mean? Because I know if they was my daughters, I would be cussing my daughters out. I would tell my daughters that they are dumb. Why you gonna keep going back to a man that's putting his hands on you, pure survival, that's making people pee-pee on you? Only thing I'm gonna do is think that you doing it because you enjoyed it. Clearly, if you do something that dumb to me, you must have liked to be treated like shit. That's how I always looked at stuff. My whole life. If a dude put his hands on you and you keep going back to him, I always said that was a stupid motherfucker girl. Pure survival. I always said that was a naive, dizzy, but upon dizzy female, and she gonna wait until it's too late and mess around and lose her life from keep going back to an abusive person. That's what I always said about him. But I always felt like it was your choice. If a gun ain't put to your head, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm lost at. Now, the prostitution, Diddy Glover's guilty. From me looking at the trial, I would say prostitution, he definitely was buying dingalings. Diddy was buying dingalings left and right. Dingaling upon dingaling. Yes, he was buying sex workers. You know what I'm saying? I agree to that. But do I think that Bad Boys Records was all about sex trafficking, RICO, and you know what I mean? Do I think when I was a kid that Diddy was a RICO person? You know what I'm saying? That was making people like, and I thought sex trafficking, you had to make money off the prostitutes. They said Diddy was just paying for the shit. He is definitely a weird, sexual, deviant, different kind of freak. He's a different kind of freak. I know that. I've never heard of a freak that wanted to get another man's sperm over his nipples. Pure survival. That's a different kind of freak. I would say Diddy is guilty as hell of being nasty. I would say Diddy is guilty of buying prostitutes. Male prostitutes at that. Pure survival. I don't know where is the female prostitutes? I thought, see, Diddy is a different kind of machine. I've never heard of a man purchasing a man before. Besides those people in Hollywood that be paying dudes to have sex with their wife. Diddy ain't the only one. Pure survival. If anything, you gonna go lock up Adam 22. Adam 22 got motherfuckers fucking his wife every 5 minutes. Pure survival. And his wife loves it. Adam 22 did a whole show and said any one of y'all can pick my wife. Y'all can sleep with my wife. So some people that's rich in that demonic Hollywood, because I feel like they all are demons and they all got some type of super sexual, sick type of shit that's going on with them. But I can't say that that's a criminal, that's a charge. Now, if these was little girls or little boys, oh my God, I wouldn't even be talking to y'all. I wouldn't even talk about a person that even got something to do with kids. I looked at this at first. I'm like, hold on, let me see if Diddy got something with some kids. Because that's what they said. They said he had minors. Come to find out, I didn't see one minor in the motherfucker. Pure survival. Only minor I saw with Diddy was the minor that they said that him and Jay-Z supposed to was dealing with. And that case got thrown out. Where is the minors in this one? So I didn't see that part. So I can't have the anger towards Diddy anymore far as a kid, because I was pissed at first. Pure survival. I said, where is the tapes with Justin Bieber? And why ain't Justin talking? Because I ain't gonna lie, I still think that Diddy had an inappropriate relationship with Justin, pure survival. But I don't know if Justin just being quiet because they messing with him right now. Maybe because Justin Bieber won't tell on Diddy. That's why they trying to destroy Justin Bieber's life. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like if they ain't speaking up against Diddy, now their careers and lives is being messed with. I don't know. But I have not seen nothing with no minors with Diddy yet. Only people I saw was ex-girlfriends and a bunch of men. The man was buying wieners. Everybody really think about this. Diddy was buying wieners that he wanted to watch go inside of his females, and he wanted to have on a goddamn freak off garb on that the Muslim ladies wear, and he wanted to sneak and peek at the motherfucking males, prostitutes behinds. I was like, all the men they said that Diddy supposed to did something to, how come ain't none of them testify? All the men that Diddy supposed to had R-worded that they were saying in the beginning, why ain't none of them come out and testify against him? Pure awful. I don't get it, y'all. I'm sorry, and I love y'all dearly, but I'm a real person. You know what I'm saying? I don't just go with what I feel like these people want me to say. I was in Diddy's court hearing. I felt like Diddy was he was going to get the electric chair. How I felt about him at first, pure survival. I said, give him the electric chair. That's how I felt. Y'all heard me making fun of Diddy all this time. You know what I'm saying? And this does not take away him being a bad person. I know a lot of bad motherfuckers, pure survival. I know a lot of bad people, and I know a lot of good people too. And the bad people I know, they ain't getting charged with a RICO. You know what I'm talking about? If all the bad people in the world got a RICO charge, oh my God, we be fucked, pure survival. You know what I mean? But I know I wouldn't get a RICO because I ain't no bad person. You know what I mean? If they gave me one, I'd be like, God damn, that's some fucked up shit. Why would the Lord do something like that to me? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I feel like if Diddy gets found guilty, it's not because of this. If Diddy get found guilty, I would just feel like maybe God is making Diddy pay for shit that he got away with. That's the only way I'm going to think. I'm going to be like, okay, Diddy is guilty because the Lord charged him with it. But if I had to say if Diddy was guilty of sex trafficking Cassie or sex trafficking Jane Doe, I would say hell to the no. Pure survival. I would say hell no after I heard what them girls had to say. I'm dead serious. That's why Diddy's lawyer said Cassie was keeping it gangster. Y'all know she was keeping it gangster. If you heard Cassie on that goddamn tape, if you heard her talking, threatening to kill the dude, I think maybe, I think, like I said, I think if anybody be found guilty, it should be Diddy and Cassie. I think Cassie just as guilty as Diddy Glover, pure survival. I think Diddy and Cassie was like Bonnie and freak off Clyde, pure survival. Because she was so confident to say, if you keep messing with me, I'm going to have you unalive and I'm going to get Diddy after you. Cassie was telling the dude she was going to get Diddy after her. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this was some gangster shit that Diddy and Cassie was doing together, pure survival. Even the Punisher said every time he got to clapping Cassie's cheeks, during survival, she never looked afraid. She never looked scared. She looked like every time she got to eating his wiener, she said, Cassie be licking her fingers. That dick good. Goddamn, what was you eating? Goddamn, that dick ain't good. What was you eating, fried chicken? She was licking her fingers after eating these wieners during survival. So how y'all gonna expect me to feel like Cassie was a damn motherfucker? I'm sorry. I don't feel like Cassie was innocent. I don't think Jane Doe was innocent, not whatsoever. I think if I was to say if Diddy was guilty or not guilty, I would say Diddy is guilty of buying prostitutes. Of buying prostitutes. If this was a state charge, I would say Diddy was guilty of assault, battery, aggravated assault for throwing the damn teapot or whatever he threw. I would say Diddy was guilty of all of the state charges. I just can't sit here knowing that they talking about a RICO, and I know what a RICO is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like some mafia style stuff. That's why I feel like a lot of people is mixed up. Because everybody feels like we feel like, is Diddy guilty of being a violent person, of allegedly taking out Tupac? of allegedly taking out Biggie, all of this type of stuff, Kim Porter. I feel like everybody is thinking about that instead of thinking about the actual charge. RICO, sex trafficking. Was Diddy sex trafficking people, forcing them to sleep with people? I thought sex trafficking was when you snatch up somebody from another country and you passing them around and you making money off of the victims. Who did Diddy make money off of? Pure survival. That man was paying for it. I know he better. I'm telling you now, Diddy, if you get found, because I don't think that Diddy gonna be found not guilty. I don't personally. I don't think he's gonna be found not guilty. But I think it's gonna be a mistrial, or I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a mistrial. That's what I think. And I think that if Diddy gets found guilty, it should be for prostitution. In my opinion, far as the RICO go. I'm not talking about Diddy being messed up, beating up Cassie on camera 8 years ago. I'm not talking about that tape. We saw that. If Cassie should have went and got his ass locked up that day, I don't know why she did. They done played Diddy's legal team. They showed receipts of Cassie talking to Diddy after that day, setting up freak offs and stuff like that. Why would you go back to that man? You know what I'm saying? I know Cassie's husband had to be asking him that if this wasn't all set up with them two, saying, look, we gonna get this motherfucker money. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be asking Cassie. I would say to her, you know what I mean? I would be like, why did you keep going back to him? Ain't nobody gonna ask Cassie that? Like, why, after I saw that video, that was horrible. Why you stay with that dude for? What did you stay with him for? And the only thing that's gonna come to my mind is, it was the money. That's how I would think. If I was with a woman right now that was abused before by a guy, and I saw her getting beat up on camera, and I knew that the dude was a rich dude, and she kept going back to her, I would say this, I would tell her to her face, I think you was money hungry. Because ain't no way I'm letting somebody do that to me, and I keep going back to him. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way. And then I'm going to look happy during the freak-offs? Like, without the gun to my head? Absolutely not. I'm going to look like one of the most unhappy motherfucking sex workers that Diddy ever hired. Pure survival. You're going to know that I'm sad. I'm be crying. I'm be crying. I'm going to be crying during the sex act. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, this really ain't about us, y'all. At the end of this day, I think this is bigger than Nino Brown. You know what I'm saying? And I still think a whole bunch of other celebrities is about to go down. I think a whole bunch of celebrities going to go down. And if they say not guilty on everything, I'm going to be like, Diddy snitched on the whole entire industry. Pure survival. If he get found not guilty on everything, I'm going to be like, the whole industry is about to go to jail. And Diddy said, fuck that, I'm getting out. But I'm just telling y'all right now, man, I don't see the sex trafficking part. You know what I'm saying? With the grown adults, I don't see that part. I see, and then I see state charges that are past the statute of limitation. And I see that Diddy is like very nasty and freaky. If he get a girlfriend, if Diddy was to get found not to get out of jail, and somebody see him and be interested in going on a date with him, ain't no way y'all gonna tell me that person is a victim. If Diddy got out of jail today or tomorrow and go to the club and girls is coming up to him and say, hey, Diddy, hey, are we going to say that those girls are victims? Or are we going to say that those hoes know that Diddy home and they trying to get some motherfucking money? Pure survival. They already know how nasty he is. We already know how nasty that man is. So he better not be able to get no girlfriend after this. After this trial, if Diddy gets a girlfriend, I'm not paying that girl no mind if she come out 2 years later and say, Diddy forced me to in the freak off. He made me eat up a whole bunch of wieners and they peed all over me. I don't want to hear it. We done seen the trial. We seen the whole world saw what he liked to do. What female gonna be able to say that they was forced now? After this trial, how can another woman say, Diddy made me do it? If you get with him after this trial, pure survival. But as I said, I don't know how this is gonna turn out. Put in the chat, guilty or not guilty. That's what I wanna hear from y'all. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think he's gonna be found guilty. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think he's not gonna be found guilty. Put a 3 in the chat if y'all think it's gonna be a mistrial, pure survival. That's what I wanna know. Guilty 1, not guilty 2, mistrial 3. We got guilty 1, guilty 2, not guilty, 2, not guilty, guilty, I don't know, mistrial. Look at all of us. Shout out to all of y'all. I appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Smash that like button. Shout out to everybody in the chat because I appreciate y'all honesty. I like honest people. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to fake it. We can't sit there and act like this was a slam dunk goddamn case. Pure survival. I like the fact that people being honest. If you think he guilty, if you think he not guilty, if you think it's a mistrial. Because I like the fact that y'all not being biased. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not thinking, okay, about the state stuff. Okay, we know he's a woman beater. Diddy is a damn woman beater for sure. If he was up there for woman beating, oh, give Diddy the woman beater award and put his ass in jail. We already know that. And that's why Diddy's legal team came out smart in the beginning. Because they couldn't deny that Diddy wasn't no mean motherfucking woman beating person. Diddy's legal team told it from the beginning. Look, we know our client is violent. We wish he would have been on some motherfucking medication. We know that he's terrible, can't keep his hands to himself, pure survival. But this is a domestic violence case. That's why Diddy's lawyers came out and said that from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And it was, and I heard somebody on YouTube talking about Diddy's legal team is so mean. They are so horrible. How they talked about Cassie. They told the truth, goddammit. Pure survival. Cassie was a gangster. Cassie was a little freak joint. Now maybe when she was 19, you know, when she was younger, pure survival, that she was fresh, but she was with a dude 10 years older than her before she even got with Diddy Glover. Pure survival. And Diddy's legal team said that. That's why I felt like they destroyed the goddamn government today. They already said Cassie was with a dude 10 years older than her before she met Diddy Glover. Pure survival. So ain't no way you could try to make it like Cassie was this just young, innocent girl. I found out in this case that Cassie was doing drugs with her friend before she met Diddy Glover. Pure survival. Am I supposed to? Because people are going to say, oh, you're a Diddy supporter because you telling the truth. Pure survival. How are you a Diddy supporter just because you telling what the state presented? And the state did not convince me during survival. I'm still going to make fun of Diddy. I'm still going to do my jokes on Diddy. I'm going to do all of that. And if he does wrong, if he do get out, I'm going to get him. You know what I'm saying? Comedically. But I'm not going to act like they presented this great ass, case. They did not do what the hell I thought they was going to do. This case was not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be celebrity freak-off tapes. I thought it was going to be minors. I thought Diddy was going to have people chained up. Smacking them in the head with the ding-a-ling. Well, he can't do it with the Tootsie Roll. Y'all said Diddy Glover has the Tootsie Roll, pure survival. But I wanted to see the tape. Well, not see the tape. I wanted to hear about the tape when Diddy hired the male S worker to slap somebody in the face when they don't want to freak off with the ding-a-ling. Where is the tape with the motherfuckers slapping people in the face with the ding-a-ling? Where they handcuffed, where they tied up, where they're bound, where their mouths is gagged. Where are those tapes that I thought that they was going to show in this court? So y'all can't get mad at me. If they would have showed minors, if they would have showed people being held at gunpoint to where like they couldn't leave, all types of shit like that, I would be destroying Diddy right now. I would say put him under the jail. But all I saw, to keep it real, was Diddy buying male S-workers, buying men to sleep with his girlfriend. That is sick far as his sick sexual preference. But I can't say that that's a RICO. I'm sorry, I can't say, damn, give him the RICO charge. He's John Gotti. He's John Gotti with the ding-a-ling buying. He's a ding-a-ling purchaser, pure survival. Some people go on Temu. Some people go on Amazon. Diddy goes on sex apps and buy ding-a-lings. You know what I'm saying? So he needs to just come out and just say, look, I am LBG. Shout out to the LBG community. They're going to accept you, Diddy, because you ain't going to be able to lie to nobody. If you get your way out of this, I guarantee you ain't going to want to party no more. Pure survival. They said they're going to throw Diddy a coming home party. Let me tell y'all something about going to jail and coming home from jail. It's a celebration getting released from jail. It's a party in your mind no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And when they say party, they mean celebration. The family gets around, they cook, they hug, they laugh. You know what I mean? They're just happy that you're free, like a party like that. Not no party like he was having before. That's not the free Diddy party or the Diddy party that they will have if Diddy was to come home. It'll be him, his family, the people that was there with him in the courtroom, pure survival. That's what I feel like. I got a lot of friends that come home from jail. You know what I mean? I got a lot of friends that came home from jail. I came home from jail before, pure survival, a few times. And guess what? I was just happy to be home. That was a celebration right there. You know what I'm talking about? Just to be free. So all I'm saying to y'all is, I really don't know how this case is going to turn out, but if Diddy get found guilty, in my opinion, from me watching the trial, I see the prostitution. That's what I see. I see a drug addict. I definitely see a dope fiend. Diddy was a dope fiend, and that's what I accepted, because I kept saying to myself, Diddy, all this money you got, how did you get yourself in all this mess during survival? Well, motherfucker was doing drugs and became a dope fiend. We looking at him thinking that he's the Diddy from years ago. He's so high and cracked out of his mind, pure survival. He don't even realize that he fucking himself over. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I said, a sick individual, mean, terrible, violent. That's undeniable. I seen the violence in Diddy, but he not being prosecuted for violence, y'all. The man, they done gave him an Italian RICO charge, a straight RICO. I don't think nobody was forced. None of the male sex workers said that Diddy forced them to do nothing. The actual people that Diddy bought, the prostitutes, they was all men. And you don't think that they enjoyed being able to clap the Chinese Jackie Chan's daughter, 50 Cent baby mom's cheeks? Y'all think that was torture to them? Clapping Cassie's cheeks? No, the victims are supposed to be Cassie, Jane Ho, and another victim that never even showed up, pure survival. They got victims that never even came, that I thought was gonna come. You got two people in the jury that got removed. This trial did not convince me what I thought that they already had set. I didn't even think they was gonna have to convince me. I just automatically said Diddy guilty once I looked at that tape, because I was thinking about the violence. I was thinking about Kim Porter and Biggie and Tupac and people that, you know, that he hasn't been on trial for. I'm thinking about The rumors from the 90s. I'm like, I know this dude is terrible. The people he ripped off, making it a band go get a cheesecake. This is what all I'm thinking about. I'm like, Diddy need to be under the jail. But then when I got to finding out about this trial, actually being there and studying this whole thing, this supposed to be a RICO, I'm like, hell no. I don't see the RICO. I see the Freako. like Lil Boosie said. That's just me, y'all. I see a Freako. I don't think Jane Doe was forced. I don't think Cassie was forced. And it's crazy to me how people saying, well, they only have to prove that one time they didn't want to do it. The way I look at shit in my mind, if you did something nasty with me 100 times, right? Clearly you love to do it. And then one day you say, oh, I don't want to do it. I got a headache. And I stomp off with an attitude like, damn, we can't do it this one. You know what? God damn you. Then this means that I am a sex trafficker. So she did it with me 100 times. And then that one time that she said no, that made me a sex trafficker. Hell no, I'm not buying it. I'm not the fuck buying that shit. Because I'm thinking about myself. I'm thinking about my friends. I'm even thinking about y'all. If they make this shit to where if you fly somebody out and you pay for a woman's ticket or you pay for a man's ticket to fly out to you and y'all end up having sex, which that's what y'all going to end up doing. That's the whole, you know. And then y'all break up and then that person can say you sex trafficked them. Oh my God. That means that everybody going down for sex trafficking. Everybody. Or ladies, I'm telling you, I don't want to hear y'all on Instagram talking about he flew me out. He flew me out. I'm about to get flown out. Because dudes, I'm telling y'all now, don't fly these motherfuckers out no more. Pure survival. Let them get their own ticket. They done made a new rule that if you fly somebody out and they get to the other side and y'all have sex, you are now in the RICO. Straight fuck all of that. Because you know if you pay for somebody's flight, let's be adults here. If you fly somebody out, you know damn well you're going to get that motherfucking kitty cat. Real pure survival. Or if you fly a man out, ladies, you know damn well when you flying them out, you want that ding-a-ling. You so excited when you know that ding-a-ling is in the air, pure survival. When he hits you up from the airport and you like, baby, the ding-a-ling's in the air. Look, the ding-a-ling's in the air. Pure survival. I'm about to land. The ding-a-ling's coming down. You be happy the motherfucker. You ain't just gonna get nobody no ticket and you don't want no damn coochie. But does that make you a sex worker? Does that make you a goddamn RICO person? No, that means I'm horny the motherfucker. And I just got a ticket for this girl and she's coming out and we gonna clap cheeks like two grown adults. I can't say that this woman is a trafficker because she bought me a damn plane ticket. I knew what I was doing when I got the ticket. I knew what I was doing. I knew I was going to get some coochie when I got to the other side. Pure survival. So I'm sorry. I can't find that to be a sex traffic. Because if that's the case, there's a lot of motherfuckers get locked up. And I'm telling you now, guys, even if you ain't got that much money and you start buying a female a bus ticket, if you get a girl a monthly bus pass and she take that bus and get to your house and y'all get to clapping cheeks, pure survival, and she leave and say, look, I didn't want to do it to him. He trafficked me on a bus. He gave me a monthly bus pass, pure survival. If you buy a woman a bicycle, guys, you can mess around and get sex bicycle trafficking or something. I don't even know about these rules that they making up. You know what I'm saying? One of my friends called me, bro, man, they just locked me up. For what? Sex bicycle trafficking, pure survival. I'll be like, what? Sex bicycle trafficking? Yes, man, I went and bought this girl a damn I bought her a bicycle so she can get back and forth to work, pure survival. She ride the bicycle over to my house. We get to clapping cheeks. She get mad at me. Then the feds show up. And they said I'm a sex trafficker. I'm a bicycle sex trafficker. Listen, I'm sorry, y'all. The rules and regulations in the game done change during survival. But I will say this. I feel like from me watching the trial, Diddy is guilty of prostitution. I just don't got the RICO, sex trafficking, forced labor. I don't got all of that. Because if any job that you work at, I see the reason why I can't really feel like the forced labor shit, I feel like that's bullshit. Because every job I worked at, if I felt like they were forcing me to work too hard, pure survival, I walked out. I would quit in a minute. Ask anybody that ever worked with me in the warehouse, pure survival. Everybody's sitting around talking about, oh, you know you can't keep going to the bathroom. I will be hiding in the bathroom. I'm one of them dudes. You work with me, I'm hiding in the bathroom, pure survival. Especially if it's the damn warehouse. They're like, where is Jamil? We can't find him. He left the floor. Then they'll send somebody in the bathroom and look, and they look under the bathroom. They see my legs dangling, pure survival. But even if I wasn't taking the damn doodle, I'll pull my pants down to make it look like I'm doodling. But I'm really on the internet, pure survival. Absolutely. You ain't gonna just give me a 15-minute break, one 15-minute break in a half hour. If ever somebody gonna get a forced labor, that should be all the warehouses I ever worked at. Get them motherfuckers for forced labor, pure survival. I done worked $10 an hour for 12 hours straight before during survival. You know how bad I felt forced to do that? But I needed that motherfucker money, pure survival. But straight up, every time. I remember I worked at the butter factory before. It's cold as motherfucker in this butter factory. Pure survival. The employees, they all look like slaves. They talking about, you can't be talking. What the hell you mean? I'm cold as hell in this motherfucker. They were so scared, and all they doing in the company is making somebody else rich. That's forced labor at every job you go to where you ain't working for yourself. All you doing is helping somebody else become rich. That's why I won't work for no motherfucker body no more. Pure survival. I work for my damn self. So when I want to take a break, I'll just take a break. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you now, I will quit in a minute. And don't you think that I'm thinking that, oh, this money, I need this. Yeah, I need this motherfucker, but not enough where I'm going to let you force me and do all that. Like, you're not hitting your production. Well, I didn't come here for production. I came for a paycheck. Real survival. Your production supposed to be 100. Well, I gave you 60, motherfucker. Y'all keep messing with me, I will walk off. You know what I'm talking about? The temp agencies is giving out jobs left and right. Real survival. I'm here through a temp agency. I don't give a damn about the hired on motherfuckers. Real survival. I didn't come here to get hired on. I just wanted to make 2-3 paychecks. Real survival. And then get off on my mission and start my next journey. You know what I'm saying? So I can't buy that forced labor stuff because you can't force me to do nothing. I'm grown in the motherfucker. And I feel like all these people was grown. Now, if they were saying that Diddy had a gun to him, if a knife to him, anything that was proven, then I'll say something different. But I didn't get it, y'all. And I feel like Diddy's team, they put on a hell of a performance today. They said the motherfucker Mark Anefrio was walking behind the jurors. He walking through the lines. He doing stage performance. They said the prosecution damn near made motherfuckers go to sleep yesterday. Pure survival. They said they did a good job yesterday. The prosecution did a good job, but they said it seemed like it was more drug out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I heard. But Diddy's team, I heard today, destroyed them and destroyed Cassie. You know what I mean? Jane Doe and all these other people that supposed to have been victims. You know what I'm saying? But how come none of the sex workers said that they were victims? They was all happy to get the free coochie and get some money. So I feel like he guilty of prostitution. You know what I'm saying? So I think he gonna get found guilty on a few charges or a mistrial. But I don't think he gonna get found guilty on a RICO. I didn't see it, but you never know. Pure survival.